What's up, guys? Eric here, back at it again. 30 days, 30 trades. We on day number 2 here. Going to go into the second trade I took today so far, and just recap it and kind of go from there. So, make it short and sweet. Sorry about the lighting. It's not really the best lighting in here right now. I'm doing this a little bit early, but again, you guys aren't here to see my beautiful face, so doesn't matter. Let's get to the point at hand. My one trade today, CTNT. Not too much to say about this trade here, guys. It was, a fairly quick trade in and out. Didn't really sit around the market too much today, not only because I had other things to do, but also wasn't really much going on. Yeah, the market was, it was I mean, it was mostly green today, kind of a mixture throughout the market today, but not much really going on. So let's kind of quickly recap this trade. I know a couple of you guys emailed me and messaged me some questions. I'll get to those in another video. Right now, we're going to go ahead and just stick with what we got here for recapping the second trade of the 30 days of trades today. All right, so basically, CTNT was the one trade I took here today. I missed out on a lot of this move here, guys. Pre-market was pretty good. For those of you that were up there early to be able to do that and took advantage of it, kudos to you. Unfortunately, I did not. I had a little bit of technical difficulties. Of course, as you know, being a retail trader, trying to do all this technical stuff, which is not my expertise, just makes things, a little bit harder. But either way, at least I got a little bit of piece of the pie. So let's kind of take a look at how this pretty much played out today. But basically, we got the uh, alert for this pretty early today, along with a few other ones like CHRS, uh, just a couple of different ones throughout the day. I actually live recorded the market on Thinkorswim for you guys to kind of just see what I was looking at throughout the day. And mainly it was only a few stocks to be looking at. Again, you have the alerts to tell you which stocks to pull up already. So when the alerts come through, just turn your computer, set your station up, pull up those, charts for those stocks, and you're just basically looking to play out your strategy based on whatever, is going to fit it. For me, CTNT was the closest thing I had today. Everything else fell. So let's kind of get into the whole process there. So pretty much it spiked up during pre-market. Had ample time to get into it. We were alerted at, let me take a look here. We were alerted at 4:02, so pretty much first thing in the morning when this bad boy opened up here. Let's see here, 4:02 is when this thing pulled up here. So right here. So I already previously spiked up, and I believe this is on UTC time. So anyways, 4:02 around this time frame, we got this little initial spike here, right? And then you have the pullback, you have the ability to trade it in pre-market, depending on how the volume was going. The reason why this was selected for me to trade is because it was the most volumely traded stock in pre-market. More the reason why I had my eye on it. But anyways, you had some good moves right here. For me though, today guys, I didn't enter into after the bell. You know my rules. If I don't get in pre-market, I'm not in it. If I am pre-market, I'm getting out pre-market. Again, we won't get into the details of that. But basically, the way it kind of played out, I got into this trade here pretty quickly, and then got out pretty quickly there. I entered in at about $7.34 there with this, which after the bell, as you can see, was a good idea for me to take my profits. I only had a little 10% gain, wasn't much, but I did 500 shares. The profit on it was roughly about, I think, what, a little over 300, which isn't bad. And I'll take that because look at this, it overplayed out. So one key thing to kind of understand, right? Pre-market kind of tells you, you know, a good idea of what non-retail traders are looking at, um, for whatever stock is moving that day. So it pretty much grinded out here. It tried to get a little bit of volume push, but it was basically fighting itself. If you were looking at level two while you were trading this, while you were in this trade, or even just while you were watching it, you could see pretty easily that it wasn't really going to be able to do too much of anything, if not nothing at all, because of the fact that every time it was getting this little push up here to around the 850 mark, more sell orders were coming in. Um, the reason behind that could be a psychological thing because a lot of these people that were probably profiting pre-market, because when you got two big moves here, they're gonna have to make up for all that when it comes to the opening bell, right? So I got into this thing hoping to long it. I was expecting more of a pop, but I also knew to be very conservative. Why? Because yesterday we came off of a pretty good run, right? With the last stock we traded, what was it, SNTI? Yeah. So One of the big things that a lot of traders do, especially in the beginning, guys, is you're stuck on that high. You don't want to be carrying what you traded over yesterday to what you're trading over today. You got to have a short-term memory, especially if you're day trading. Okay, you don't want that to carry over. So I knew today I had to come into the market being conservative and control that motion of greed because it easily slips over to the next day. I learned that a long time ago that that happens pretty often, not just for traders in general, but also to myself, especially when you're starting out because you're wanting to make so much money. But the more you control your emotions, the better off you're profiting, kind of like in this example, right? So got in this bad boy here, little over 7. So look at this here. I'll increase it a little bit more just to make it a little bit more easy to read, like the candlesticks for you guys and like this stuff. So again, got in this bad boy at 734 is the range where I got in, which is pretty much where it's at now, right? Which was on this pullback here. And then not even a few minutes later, it started to drop down, drop down. Of course, my stop loss was a little bit under $6.50 there, right here in this area, because it was still early. And as you can see, time frame wise, this is like still the opening minutes of the bell, right? So on the larger perspective, on the 5 minute chart, this wasn't really heading in the direction I wanted to. So I kept my risk management really tight on this entry. So I got in at that little above $7.34 and was hoping that it would pop to well over 8, $9, but it never reached that. It kept topping out at 850. So eventually, as it pulled back right here, I knew the pop was coming up. Pop never happened. It never broke through a higher high. So I went ahead and just took my profits. And then as you can see, it began to come down. Could I have been wrong? Absolutely. There's always a chance of you going wrong. But the way the market was looking, the way your volume was looking, too many orders of sell orders coming in level 2, and it wasn't trying to move, you know, based on any of the isolators. There was no reason for me to even try to continue to hold on and hope. It's better to just take my little gain that I had, be happy with that, and just wait to see if it needed to take a little bit longer to play out. Didn't see much movement coming in level 2 other than the sell orders that were coming through. So why would I get back into the trade if I'm a long trader? If I'm a bullish trader, I'm not going to want to do that, right? So I was okay with this trade. Didn't play out like I hoped it would, but I was really, really conservative with the risk management. And I stuck to the plan and got out when, you know, I needed to without being greedy and was able to profit. So overall, this was a great trade for me on every aspect, on the aspects of planning the trade, aspects of execution, risk management, and emotional control. Hit the nail on the head, everything. My three-legged stool was sitting pretty. So again, guys, this is something you battle with every day as a day trader. You got to be okay with being wrong. You got to be okay with things not planning out the way you think it's going to be and learn to move on and just learn from what happened. That's really it. This is the most emotional probably job you can probably have, but also needing to remove that, the biggest aspect of you being a human. So keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, that was pretty much CTNT in that trade there. So we're on day 2 again of the 30 days of trade that we're going to be doing. Again, this might carry over into January because you know we got the holidays coming up, et cetera, et cetera. But I just want to do 30 trades for 30 days for you guys. Some of the days I might not trade at all. I might just sit there and watch. But that's the nature of the beast, okay? Um, I'll try to post the way the chart played out, how I looked at everything beforehand pre-market, and eventually I'll just throw a live trade on here one time for you guys. Don't want to bore you with too much stuff because this is trading. It's going to be boring, but it's part of the job. As you can see, it's very lucrative. Walked out of today with $310 or whatever else, whatever I made over a little over profit. I'll post it here for you guys in a second. But that was pretty much the day. So hopefully you guys understood this little process and mindset there, and see the benefits of it. So that's where we're at so far. Trying to close into what is today, Tuesday. Hopefully we can hit the maybe I'm aiming for at least 6 grand this week, hopefully, but we'll see how that plays out. Um, Again, I'll answer you guys questions in the next video. I'll put it in the link below, but this will be here for you guys. And until tomorrow, stay green.